Listen to that sound. That is the actual radio emission of Saturn, a haunting acoustic signature recorded by our instruments as the planet screams into the void. For centuries, we viewed this world as the crown jewel of the solar system, a golden giant with a halo of light, appearing to float peacefully in the dark. The reality is a world of extreme physics. Saturn rotates so rapidly that the centrifugal force physically distorts its sphere, bulging the equator outward until the planet takes on the flattened shape of a pumpkin. This golden atmosphere acts as a veil, obscuring a landscape defined by chaotic energy and a gravity so intense it can tear worlds apart. Saturn's rings appear from Earth as solid, perfect bands of eternal gold. Up close, that smoothness vanishes into a chaotic blizzard of sharp ice and rock. This storm of debris stretches 300,000 kilometers wide, yet it is so thin you could stand on one side and be only 10 meters from the void. The origin of these rings is a tragedy. Long ago, a moon, perhaps as large as Titan, drifted past the Roche limit, the gravitational point of no return. Saturn's gravity seized the moon and shredded the crust from its core, pulverizing a living world into trillions of icy fragments. These rings are the scattered remains of that moon, a 300,000-kilometer-wide planetary graveyard. Deep beneath the rings, the North Pole defies the standard laws of fluid dynamics. On a gas giant, we expect storms to form in familiar circles or spirals. Instead, Saturn hosts a perfect, unblinking hexagon. This six-sided hurricane is wide enough to swallow 4 Earths and reaches hundreds of kilometers deep into the atmosphere. A massive vortex sits at the very center of this geometry, a red spinning maw that has been raging for decades, a scar on the planet that never heals. Every 30 Earth years, the scale of this violence expands. A monster system called the Great White Spot erupts, churning up ammonia ice until a single thunderstorm wraps around the entire planet. These storms serve as a reminder that the calm bands of yellow clouds are merely a ghost, hiding an explosive engine of heat and energy. Saturn governs an entourage of more than 140 moons. The largest is Titan, the only moon in the solar system with a thick atmosphere and an air pressure higher than Earth's. It looks like a twin of our home, but the chemistry is alien. The rain is liquid methane, the temperature is -179 Celsius, and the dunes are static charged plastic. By contrast, the tiny moon Enceladus appears to be a simple, bright ball of pure white ice. Look at the tiger stripes at the South Pole. From these fractures, Enceladus erupts with supersonic geysers, bleeding water vapor hundreds of kilometers into space. Saturn's gravity constantly kneads the moon's core, generating enough heat to maintain a global ocean of warm liquid water beneath the ice, an environment rich with salt and organic molecules. We might find that the deadliest and most bizarre environments in this system are the very places where life has found a way to survive. Accessing these secrets required a sacrifice. By 2017, the Cassini spacecraft had spent 13 years studying the Saturnian system and was finally running out of fuel. To ensure that any earthly microbes on the spacecraft would never contaminate the pristine oceans of Enceladus, NASA ordered Cassini to fly a final, fatal orbit into Saturn's atmosphere. Cassini fought to transmit its final data points until the last second. The atmospheric heat and pressure eventually tore the robot apart, vaporizing it until it became a permanent part of the planet. Cassini's final discovery was that even the rings are temporary. Gravity is pulling them down into the atmosphere as ring rain, a process that will leave Saturn a lonely gas giant in just 100 million years. This is a fleeting masterpiece of gravity and violence. It is a beautiful trap that shows us exactly how small and how temporary we really are.